Welcome back. While South Africa is witnessing a fit interest in the sports polo, the prestigious sport has grown remarkably over the past few years and is included in the A-list events to be attended. Captivating celebrities, businessmen, women, sports fanatics. It's basically a day at the event. It provides an incredible networking space. But what makes this pastime so distinctive? Well, ahead of the Land Rover polo tournament tomorrow, we chat to Craig James from Polo Inanda Club, as well as Harold Awuah-Darko, one of the polo players from Ghana. Very good morning and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Phil. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Great. Craig, let me start with you. I think polo has always seemed as an elitist sport in the country, always said to be one of those Cinderella sports that are inaccessible and not open to the broader South African community. But that's changed rapidly, over the years. What do you say to that?
I think it is becoming more accessible. It remains an expensive sport because of the horses that we have and because we've got to have so many horses to participate. So it remains an expensive sport, but there are a lot more initiatives that are sort of promoting the sport to the greater community and into South Africa. We've at Inanda got a Inanda Polo Academy, and it's making polo accessible where people don't have to own horses. They can actually come and rent some time and have the time to learn to play the sport before they have to commit to buying any horses.
Now, Harold, I must say that people seem to be drawing more and more to the event itself. But do you think that people who actually attend the event understand the sport? Or do you think they are more attracted to what the sport sort of stands for, which is prestige and that glam and that elitist label that may come with it?
I think it's a bit of both. I think to watch polo is one of the most exciting things to do. It's one of the most horses, galloping people. I think it's quite exciting to do. But I think the glamour of the whole sport is also very attractive. Yeah, so I think it's a bit of both.
All right, now over the past 4 years, Johannesburg has certainly been the host city for the Cup. Do you see it moving around other parts of the country? Or are you quite happy with how things have been going in Johannesburg and how Johannesburg has been attending the event?
Yeah, the host city has been a proud sponsor for the last 4 years, and we're very grateful for their contribution to the sport. It's also made polo and the visibility of the sport a lot bigger. I think the now called SABC Inanda Africa Cup, it's no longer Land Rover, will remain in Johannesburg. I can see that a couple of other cups will start forming in other areas of South Africa with their own kind of name, their own kind of personality. But the SABC Inanda Africa Cup will remain at Inanda and Johannesburg as the host city.
All right, fantastic. And what can we expect from the event this year? What is lined up?
So we have players from Ghana. So we're very happy to have Ghana. We've got Zimbabwe, Zambia, and some players from Nigeria. We've got 4 South African sides that have actually qualified to play in the Cup prior to this weekend. The main day, the 20th of August at Inanda, I think it's going to be a beautiful day out in the sun, Some glam and then the excitement of polo.
All right, fantastic. Harold, what attracted you to the sport initially and what has kept you in the sport?
My dad played polo. He was the first Ghanaian player to do so. So I started riding at the age of 5. I started playing 14. When I was 12, I sat on a horse, hit the ball. And I've been trying to hit it as hard and as fast as I can. I've been doing it for quite some time now.
And now your children are also doing it.
That's correct, yes. Yeah.
How would you encourage other youngsters in South Africa, perhaps watching this or see the polo events all the time on television, but think, I could never do something like that because it's too expensive or maybe inaccessible in my area. How would you encourage them to sort of just go for it beyond the limitations that may exist?
I think polo is a great sport. It's a very good discipline. I think it keeps you out of trouble. It did for me. It kept me out of trouble in my youth, and even now as a grown man, it still keeps me out of trouble. I think it's more accessible than people think it is. I think if you have an interest in the game and in horses, just get close to a polo club or a horse facility. You don't necessarily have to own your own horses. There are quite a few ways, if you're interested enough, to play polo without owning your own horses. And there are quite a few players, myself included, who will be very happy to encourage youth to play the game, utilizing the resources that we have built over time. Yeah. When I was young, I had a lot of supporters who gave me horses, lent me horses, and I think that spirit is in the game.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, now, Craig, actually, about a week ago, I visited a stud farm, and I was so fascinated by horses and the lot of health benefits as well to taking up a sport such as the polo. What does the Inanda Polo Club do for sort of disadvantaged young people who are interested, and where can they get that sort of information that Harold was talking about, that get closer to horses even though you can't really afford to have your own? Where can they get details?
They can find us on the Inanda website. They can find me on Facebook, the Inanda Polo Academy, and they can get in touch with us. We've got a couple of sort of development programs that we've got going at the moment, and these are typically at the moment aimed at grooms who look after the horses, and we are creating a platform for them to come through the ranks where they go from grooming to schooling horses to starting to play chuckers and then eventually playing. We've got another event that happens at the Inanda Club called the Development Cup, and where we showcase these development players that play in teams on a prestigious platform.
All right, fantastic, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Well, the interest in the sport of polo is increasing in the country. A big thank you to our two guests, Craig James from Polo Inanda Club, as well as Harold Awuah-Darko, one of the polo players hailing from Ghana, sharing more on that South Sea Polo.